Hello, everyone. So my topic is on marijuana, the discrimination that it gets in general, and mainly my topic was mainly focused on like the work field. So what's legal marijuana? Marijuana in 1996, my bad, forgot, but 1996 in Proposition 215, California had passed a law saying that legal marijuana was available to use for like medical use. And then basically what it is, it's a natural herb that you grow and like people use it for like pain. Doctors use it for like these type of symptoms like migraines, glaucoma, and tumors. Also like for like when you're like HDHD, I think it's it right, I'm not sure. But it's like when you're like really like hyper and like you want to do stuff, you're like really jitters, and then like they like recommend you like this marijuana, and like it like helps soothe you down, like it calms you down and relaxes you. And the tax revenues that we get from marijuana, as you can tell, like really high numbers in like 3 different states, which is Colorado, Washington, and the U.S. And that's just leave it in a year. That's what like we get from marijuana. And from Vice News, I was reading an article. It says that they donate that money to like school funds. So like they give it out to like grants and nurses and stuff like that. So they give back to the community for like students. And this is like public view on it. Like at the beginning, in 1969, when it was referred to like reefer madness, the days where like people like really like didn't like it at all. Like as you can tell, like people voted no to passing it. But then as like later as it progressed and like people started realizing like what it does and like it helps people, they finally last one they finally were like passed 50% of like the state saying yes. And then also for like if you like, ever tried it, like in 1969, only like 4% of like all the people like adults had tried it, but like now in 2013, like over 45% of people have tried it. So it's like it's progressing more and more. And my case study, I was in California in 2008. Some man named Gary Ross, he came back from the Air Force. He was serving for our country, and he got injured. And in his injury, he had like really chronic back pain, and like his doctor would recommend him like all these type of treatments, but none of them would help like soothe his pain. And so like the doctor recommended like marijuana, so he tried it and like it helped him out. So like the doctor kept prescribing him marijuana, and then that's when he came back from the Air Force. And I got in a job recently with telecommunications, so it's like this big branded company. And then one day he was like anonymously chosen to do like a drug test, and since he does marijuana and it stays in your system, of course they found it, like it was positive, and he got fired, he got terminated from his job, and he thought that was wrong. So what he did, he filed a lawsuit, and since he was in the Air Force and like the court saw that, they were gonna justify him, so they like kept going into his case until like they found out that that the federal law doesn't protect marijuana patients, and so like they gave him an option. They're like you can either stop using marijuana and get your job back and like deal with the pain, or like you could like use it still, but you won't get a job back. So like that was my case. And like employees that like on discrimination row, which is like basically like death row stuff, but like I call it discrimination row. It's like they like get terminated from like good working jobs, and like they lose all work benefits, and it's like harder for them to like find a job because it's like in their background now, and they get looked at differently now for like jobs. So like if they say you walk into like an interview and they like realize that, or they find out in your background that you use marijuana, they like might not give you that job just based off of that. And then my mentor says that that urine samples and like mouth swabs have like some forms of like discrimination against marijuana patients, because in these, like she says that it stays in your system for up to 30 days after every use, and that's like for like users that are like not constantly using it, but like for heavy users it stays longer, it stays for like months, up to months. So she's saying that it's like it's unjust for like to get a drug test because it'll still come out in it. So she says that's a form of discrimination. And then prescription pills and marijuana, it's like a whole different level, because with prescription pills, it like may help you and it may not help you. And then there's major side effects. So like if you start drinking too many pills, you could like start like burning holes in your stomach. And then some pills cause drowsiness, some cause you like to feel like really lightheaded and stuff like that. And then pills, they won't ever come out in drug tests, so like that's already like unfair. And many people like overdose. Many people overdose on like pills because they can't control it. They get addicted to it. And then on the opposite side, for marijuana, it's like it relieves your like chronic pain. It brings ease and happiness. There's better sleep in it. There's zero deaths, and it's controlled and monitored by doctors. And my solution would be like to get a federal law that protects marijuana patients, because it's like it's unjust to have a state law saying that we can use medical marijuana for like medical use, but then I have a federal law that says like it protects his medical patients. So I feel like we should have a federal law that protects medical marijuana patients. That's
all right. Nicely done, Jesse. Okay.